Hey, so we're going to be doing a head-to-head comparison of these two razors. One is the Henson AL13 Mild, and the other is the Yaqi Mellon Double Open Comb. And we're going to be using, as our shaving cream, Derby Normal, which is actually a really nice cream despite it being very inexpensive. It might actually be my favorite low-cost shaving cream. It makes a really nice lather. And it's actually pretty slick. I actually prefer it to Purasso Sensitive, so that should tell you something. Anyway, let's get to the shave. We'll start off with the Henson. Now, I shaved with this a lot in the past week, and I love it. And my memory of what it can do is extremely fresh. However, it's been a little while since I used this Yaqi Mellon, especially with this new handle I got it recently. And this is actually a very low-cost razor. The head itself probably costs about $10. And if you already have a handle that will work for it, which most handles will, then that's all you have to buy. If you want to get its own handle for it, well, that's, you can pay whatever price you want for that. So now back to the Henson. I mean, it's shaving exactly like I expected to. And by the way, both razors are using second-use Astra Superior Platinum blades. So this is probably the sharpest these blades are going to be. And I have absolutely, I have very few comments to make. I mean, the Henson is performing beautifully like it always does. As long as you just keep the angle that's set by the head, you'll be fine. Now, with the Yaqi, you have to know a little bit more about what you're doing. Have a little bit of technique because you have to find the angle. And until you have at least a little bit of safety razor experience, that could be more or less difficult. It just depends on you. So there's a little bit more work and effort on your part to use this razor, but once you get good with it, it's an extremely good shaver. Like, pretty mild and very smooth. I actually like this razor a lot. So both of the razors I'm using right now on this shave are among my favorites. And based on that first pass alone, it's hard to tell them apart just by the results. They both did really well. Now, this is where I'm thinking I might see a difference, because up to now, only the Henson and one other razor have been able to let me shave against the grain on the lower part of my neck. But in a second here, you're about to see the Yaqi Mellon let me do just that. I was really surprised. But I don't think it's just technique that's letting me do this. I also don't think that it's just the razor or the blade, though. So one thing I didn't mention at the beginning of this video is that I did put on a pre-shave oil, just a mixture of a few things that I put together myself. I'm calling it Magic Blue. Anyway, I think that had something to do with this. Now, if you've seen some of my past videos, you may have an idea what's in Magic Blue. But now I'm treating it like a trade secret because there's at least one ingredient that I don't think I've ever mentioned in a video. Anyway, that went exceedingly well. Much better than I ever expected. What can I say? Now I don't know if it was because of the razor or because of the Magic Blue. I may have to do this, a little testing on my own just to see which one it is. I hope it's the Magic Blue, though. But the Henson never needed Magic Blue to let me do this. And I do credit its ability to shave against the grain on the side of my neck, which is basically my main trouble area, I credit that entirely to its design. But both feel really good at this point. So continuing on with the shave, let me explain a little bit about this Yaqi Mellon head and why it has a double open comb. You may not be familiar with this idea. First off, open comb razors are not necessarily always super aggressive. You may have heard that at some point, but it's not true. Aggression has to do with a lot of factors. This razor head is actually pretty mild. The reason for having a double open comb is that when you rinse off the razor head, especially if you do it in a bowl, it will trap and hold water and soap mixture inside the head, and then it's able to release it as you continue to shave. That makes your whole shave slicker, depending on, what angle you're holding the razor. How long it's been since you last rinsed. But it actually does work. And that's one of the reasons I like the double open comb design so much. You might find it under another name too, self-lubricating open comb, or SLOC. And RazorRock actually sells it under that name. So RazorRock SLOC or SLOC. Also for about $10. So it's a really good deal. It's maybe not the best first razor for someone, but if you already have a safety razor and you're looking to add something to your arsenal, it's an excellent addition. So now that the first pass is pretty much done, and feeling around my face, trying to figure out if there's any difference between the two sides, there really isn't. There's nothing that I can tell. They feel basically the same to me. So I would say that the Henson and the Yaqi Mellon are basically equivalent in terms of shave quality. However, the Henson is a clear winner if you are a new safety razor user. It's just much easier to use. The Yaqi, however, is a great addition for when you have some more experience using safety razors and you think you might want another option for shaving. And you could probably put it on the Henson's handle. But anyway, this is where I say like, share, and subscribe. And now for the 5 rules of shaving as given to us by the Lords of Shaving. 1 blade, no pressure, quality lather, deft hand, be smart. This is the way. Thanks. Bye-bye.